Welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. I just need to get something on my chest. So, I was going to record this part immediately after the previous part. That was the plan. And it's... I don't know how long afterwards, it's the same day, but I ran into some horrible technical issues. Horrible, such as, well, here's how I went. Before I started recording the previous part, you know how I've mentioned in the past in some of my videos, you know, every time I start up, you know, the capture card software, I'd be like, update, and I'd be like, not right now. Well, I finally say, you know what, it's installed, the update, why not? And it was updating in the background, but I had to click it to finalize, which I did right after the end of the previous part. And it basically seemingly uninstalled and reinstalled itself. Which just seems a bit excessive for an update if you ask me. And long story short, I clicked an option for no on something, which I assume is the reason why when it's, you know, installed, it didn't install properly, because my capture card stopped working. And after some raging, you know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna try unplugging it and plug it back in. You can try restarting, but tried all that, nothing works. So then I was like, okay, let's just see how we can update this, because it's like, oh, you know, you just go to updates and update it, and that'll solve your problems. Yeah, that's all well and good, but where is it? I click on updates, all you've got is the option to, you know, check for updates automatically, which you don't really get anything from, because it's not going to check for anything, unless there's like something else. So I was like, okay, it seems to be from troubleshooting that installation clearly screwed up the installation of the capture card somehow. So I went to the site, updated the device, you know, the driver and all that, and now it's working again. That was a pain, so much a pain. I need a drink. The moral of the story here, if you got any like software like that, never updates. It's a trap. Because if you make one wrong move when it's updating, you'll have to do it all over again, because it's like, screw you. You do not accept everything. You don't want us to install the added feature. Well, we're not going to allow you to do anything anymore. I was raging so much. It's like, honestly, between this and some copyright issues I ran into on my Blue Squad VN channel a while back, I'm almost like to the point where I'm like, you know, I'm taking a break from this shit. This is just frustrating as all hell. If you wonder what the copyright thing is, have I mentioned it in this Let's Play or another one? I can't remember. I basically uploaded a pile of Little Busters, and for whatever reason, got copyright claim on it. I mean, all those videos get copyright claims for the music and all, but this one had it so that it was blocked everywhere, right? And the claim was that it was episode whatever of the animated episode, which made no sense because it was a visual novel. So then I trimmed out the bit that it was like claiming, and then it was just like, let's just claim the start. So then I was like, screw it, one last shot in the dark, speed up the first half of the video, and see if that works, and it works, so yeah. But it's like, stuff like that is why I'm like, ooh, I hate it. Uploading is the worst, man. And recording can be the worst as well, because the technical issues I ran in between parts here. It's like, oh, as if setting it up isn't a chore in itself. You have to have technical issues. It's just, it's been a consistent thing throughout all these years, right? There's always, you know, the occasional technical difficulties that just makes things as unfun as possible. Anyways, have you ever been enraged? I didn't even read that till now. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, you bet. You go out with freaking enraged. I was livid. I was like, damn you! Oh, Joshua, you motherfucker! I hate you so much. It's like, you know, when someone gets, I mean, plenty of people get, you know, enraged when technology just stops working properly. Especially if, you know, you're trying all these suggestions and none of it's working as well. It's like, I troubleshoot this, right? And it would just came up as like troubleshoot on like two options, like devices, drivers, and it came up with basically no solution whatsoever for either option. And it took forever to freaking, you know, finish troubleshooting. It's the worst part about it. And I have to do that over and over again in hopes that maybe it would give me the answer. And then eventually it's just like, screw it, I'll check this site one more time because I'd already checked it. I was like, let's just go to where it says about updates, see if I can find where it can get updates. And then I did that, and it fixed itself. Oh, so... The added kick to the balls. I restarted the laptop twice to try to, you know, get it to work again. So that means I have to write out all the shit I'm gonna be doing in this part all over again. Just such a chore. Well, it's a skill that can make someone kill me rage. It's called installing an update because it fucks things up, see. You know, there's quite a few scenarios that you know, the update software and it just makes it worse. Some updates are like that, you know. I'm not sure if that's really what the issue was, or maybe it was just a case of the update not installing properly. Because it did run into an error, probably because I clicked no to one of the options. I can't even remember what it was. Because I was like, I don't remember using that part of the software, so I don't really need that option. So it's like, wah! You can no longer use anything. Anyways, since that's how we can go to both your attack power and your attack speed will increase, but you won't be able to defend yourself, so you can get really messed up. So if you come in rage, be careful. The worst type of enemies to encounter with that is the enemies that reflect physical damage, because when you're enraged, you just do physical attacks constantly. So that's one way of getting yourself knocked out pretty quickly. I need to get a charters, take out my frustration out on the damn enemies. But it's not a Saturday, so we can't do that. I mean, we could, but, you know, gotta focus on the courage. It's an extremely high amount. You already said this before. Game's armor can have special effects that will help you out. Weapons will increase your attack power and armor level to strengthen defense. You cover all kinds of weaknesses this way. So sure you don't equip any weak weapons on this armor. It's all about balance, man. Balance. Some enemies can charm you. When you're charmed, you will attack your team members and heal your enemies. I wonder if I've ever been charmed before. A person who's been charmed doesn't remember it happened. Who evidently left some that's inside the patient's stomach. We'll settle with the patient for over 1 million yen. Next up, the summer weather forecast. How much is 1 million yen? That's a thing, you know. In the Japanese currency, you'd be like, oh yeah, like 1,000 yen. That sounds like a lot, but it's not really that much money. Trying to think. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was 1,000 yen is like... I can't remember. Like in comparison to, you know, the pound sterling. Just... Can't remember if 1,000 was close to 10 quid, but more, well, online's are probably like 8 or 9 quid or so. Can't remember. Or maybe it was worth less than that, I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, you know, a pound is basically 100 pence. So, you know, I guess in Japan they're just like, Well, I guess it's similar, you know, as well. It's like you got your 1p coins, you get 100 of those, you got £1. That's a bit excessive. It is 100, right? Pretty sure it's 100 for £1. Yeah, and then you got your other coins. You got your 2p, 5p, 10p, 20p, 50p, which, you know, when I was growing up, that was like a holy grail. Well, no, the holy grail was like a pound coin, or even better, one coin that was £2. But 50p, man, I used to get you a lot of sweets back in the day. Probably not so much nowadays. But yeah, I guess all currencies kind of have that, don't they? What's our mood? Very good. Can we improve it? Great. Probably not. We'll never be that lucky again. Especially now after the bad luck I had. Freaking dengue issues. Yeah, the RNG gods aren't gonna make up for my rage. It's like you will continue to have crap luck here. It's Wednesday, so that's karaoke nights. Karaoke, whatever. What I find crazy actually is that we've already got our charm up to the 2nd level, and we haven't really been focusing on it. It's just now occurred to me. Study, fool, but you'll probably just get ill again. Let me guess. Sleepy. I didn't say, you know, you're at your subject that you're not very good at, so maybe you're still okay. What a thrilling day of school that was. It's just nothing happened. Yeah, we're still good. That persona R&B at time, that was me before recording this part. It's like, is that what those things represent? Are they like some kind of Japanese representation of emotions or something? Maybe, because they all have different facial expressions. I'll get in and don't forget it's on December exams. I said we're really smart, you know, so if we do badly, they'll think of us as stupid. They'll think we're all stupid. So what's the plan today? The plan today is to hang out with old people again, like we always do. You know, it's funny, we established that social link flag with what's her face, Mako or whatever her name was. But we're not gonna hang out with her for a good while. And you know, the funny thing is, it's gonna be the same with these old folks, you know? We're gonna get them up to at least rank 8, and then we're gonna ignore them until, you know, after the next full moon. It's crazy. But to walk through, you know, that's how it is. As my mum for a cat, he said, no, that's all she ever says. I want a cat. Dear Makoto-chan is here. So, would you please cheer up? I understand their reasoning, but this stupid, tricky stuff works. We have so much enough to concern. That trace of moves, I feel like the memory of my son will vanish with it. You're ruining the scene for us. Just take it seriously and shut up about your stupid stuff while making problems. Please stop quarreling. We're fine, we're not fighting. I was just fretting. Sorry to make you worry. So, it's like us saying, hey, stop, knock it out, stop quarreling. That's a good thing. It's like, we're deeply touched that you think so, you know, kindly. Mitsuko seems deeply touched. Apparently the rumor was true. They really are going to cut down their pursuit tree. So we went to the school to say goodbye. But that just reminded Mitsuko of our son. Mikichi and Mitsuko seem really depressed. What is our response? Anything is our response. So I will just say, it'll be okay, it'll work out. Dear, dear, that's exactly what I said. You need crying all the time, then what will you admire? Right, Makoto-chan. Smile has returned to Mitsuko's face. This will get you Mitsuko's great appreciation. Is it strong now? Serious voice rings in your head. I am thou. Oh, you know, speaking of that, I am thou, and all that shit. I always kind of assumed that in Japanese version, maybe they say the same thing in English. No, it's in Japanese. They have this kind of, you know, fancy old English kind of, I am thou, thou art I. But then you hear in Japanese and it's, well, it's in Japanese. I thought they were gonna like do it all fancy and like say it in English. But I didn't hear that when I was playing Persona 5 Royal with the Japanese voice acting on. Oh, there's a couple of social links for responses. I hate Personas is ground. Getting dark out. Stop by any time. My wife will be happy to see such a handsome young man. Here, take this for when you get hungry. Fried breads. Feel like the counselor in Persona 5 Royal. We get a free treat every time. Saying goodbye to the Mikichi Mitsuko, you decide to go back to the hall. Now, I've been thinking about finally playing Persona 4. Was it Golden? I forget what it's called. I can't even see it out of the corner of my eye. It's like I've got like 4 PS Vita games, and it's the one that I can't see around the corner, stacked with all my other games. But yeah, I still have yet to get around to playing that. But yeah, since I already beat Persona 5 Royal, I might maybe get around to this. It's just the idea of playing such a long game on a handheld console is a bit off-putting, but at the same time, I played Pokemon games, man. Those games sink many hours into as well. What's up, dude? Hey, let's go to Tots. You can study anytime. We need to get stronger ASAP. Me and the homies will take down the next big shadow ourselves. You seem confident. Well, I shouldn't have you. How are your grades, young? How are yours, though? Never mind, alright. I'm currently studying college level material for your information. Man, now I don't feel like doing anything at all. It's the intimidation. I assume Mitsuru is a year older than Junpei Yukari and the protagonist. I guess her and Akihiko are in that last year, I guess. And yeah, that's another thing I was thinking of. Mitsuru and Makoto from Persona 5. Very similar in ways, aren't they? Aside from them both having the same arcana, they're both student council presidents, they both ride a motorbike, they're both pretty smart, and they both have, I mean, how would I word it? It's not like, I guess in a way, social skill problems. Like, we're not going to see any of that from Mitsuru for a long time. But she's similar to Makoto in that you know, the idea of just hanging out, chilling, you know, going to see a movie, stuff like that, just seems completely alien to them because they're such workaholics. They don't really have time for that shit. So they're quite similar characters. In battle, an enemy may cause you to become extremely frightened. Similarly, is known as fear. Fear may immobilize you or make you flee from battle. When you're in this state, you will be unable to control your own mind. What a big fit. Was Yukiko the priestess Arcana in Son of 4? I think she was. Just like thinking, you know, how each social link character, whether it be party member or not, you know, whichever Arcana they represents, you had them all from Persona 3, 4, and 5 joined together. How weird would it look? So for that, you'd have Mitsuru, Yukiko, if I'm remembering correctly, and Makoto. It's like, you know, Mitsuru and Makoto are pretty similar. Yukiko's a little bit different. Well, quite a bit different. And then I don't know. What would be the weirdest combinations? Like, one that I'm thinking of is like the Hanged Man, you know? In this game, it's that little girl. In Persona 4, it's that guy whose sister gets murdered at the start of the game. And then Persona 5, it's the freaking gun shop owner. What a weird combination that would make. Oh, you're looking for a handheld game cut system? Better go to your hut. Guess that online game I gave you really got you going, huh? Well, I just got the redesigned compensation point of to replace my original model. No sense keeping the both, so you can have the old one. I'll go get it for you. Wait one second. That's kind of you. Here you go. I'll take you on inside. So is it like a PSP basically? You ever been in rage before? Yes, I told you. I went over that at the start of this part. I was very much enraged. I was very, very, very salty. Today's exchange rate, the dollar is now valued at 114.9 yen, a slight increase from before. Well, this is like the mid-2000s, so it's also changed since then, obviously. One thing I have noticed is that the pound seems to be worth more than the dollar. Like, if you put £1 and $1 together, a pound would be worth $1 and something cents or whatever. So the pound's stronger, and so if $1 is worth 114 yen, I guess in a way the dollar's stronger than the yen as well. So you apply that, add on a few additional couple tens a yen maybe. But then again, this was the mid-2000s, so it's not changed, presumably, since then. Like, no, the economy has remained the same for over a decade. Thursday is karaoke again, right? Karaoke. Yeah. Go to the Val room first to, you know, trade in our game console for a reward. I have something important to tell you today. Are you familiar with the antique shop in Pawania Mall? They carry all sorts of things, both ancient treasures and worthless junk. What's more, I've heard the shop's owner has an interesting ability, which he can use personas to create weapons. A feature that would, you know, carry on into the other games too. I can't remember, there was like some weird stuff you could do in Persona 1. I don't think you could do, like, make a persona into a weapon. I don't know, I can't remember.
She calls it weapon fusion. If the shop seems to still be closed, I look forward to its grand reopening. Seems to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. Is that a portable game system? I've heard these have special mechanisms that make the player forget about the passage of time. How frightening. How does it work? Does it send slight shocks to addle your mind? I don't think I'd like to try this anymore. Please take it with you. Please accept your reward. Cursed paper. Yeah, I guess I'll might as well have that one going as well. Oh, yeah, actually no. Go with the old lanterns first, because I think you have to accept the request before the enemies that drop it even, you know, drop those, which is dumb. I want to check something here. Well, actually, let me check the thing I wrote down. I don't think, because we're gonna be, you know, wasting a whole day with the hermit socially on the Sunday, so... Well, I say this, but wasn't even the point actually, now that I think about it. We'll be going to Tartus on Saturday, so we can always just do that when we get there. Let's see if we can fuse, fuse into a hermit on there. And I can also do that. It's funny, we got the freaking Emperor one, but we're not going to be hanging out with that guy for a while. It's crazy. That'll do. I just picture he sings that song, The One or something like that. What's it called? What was the band's name? Lost Horizon or something? It's like, if you're not familiar with the name of the band and the song or whatever, probably at least have heard that meme with that voice like, I can't do it obviously, but you know, yeah, that's a meme. Just picture the protagonist, you know, belting out that song. It's a shame there's no live version of that song. Well, at least he's still doing fine, I guess. Good morning. Exams begin next week. Are you prepared? No, not at all. Sort of. Just as I suspected, I'll be looking forward to seeing your grades. If they're good, I'll give you something. Consider it a reward. You know, because I haven't played Persona 4 since I next played it God knows how many years ago. That was the last time I played that game. Was there... I mean, maybe Dojima had a similar thing. Maybe he was like, you know, if you do good at your exams, you get rewards. Because that's a thing in this game. It's a thing in Persona 5, so it's probably a thing in Persona 4 too, as well. So I said that, like, Persona 4 2. Yeah. Persona 4 2. It's like, what? Persona 42? No! It's the sequel to Persona 4. It's called 4 2. No, it was like some arena game they made. Some weird spin-off sequel to that, wasn't it? Seriously, they made some weird spin-off games, haven't they? To be honest, I'm not as well prepared as I should be. I'm still preoccupied with Wandering Shadows.
I think you have to get your academics up to at least level 3 to be able to get to the top of the class on this first exam. Which I guess could be doable, but you'd have to really home in on studying a lot. Which is kind of impossible to do when you're trying to raise your courage. To be honest, I'm not so well prepared as I should be. I've still got 5 months of shadows. At any rate, the number of incidents have decreased since our last issue. If we continue the free time, we may be able to rid the public of their fear. Every time a new shadow appears, it seems to be more powerful than the last. Even after Akiko returns to battle, it still won't be at full strength. I forget when he actually returns to battle. Still haven't got our 4th party member with that yet. Let's translate the paragraph on page 30, shall we? The bell's going to ring soon, so make this quick. In this scene, the family is sitting down to dinner. Doesn't it warm your heart? Now, who wants to answer a question? Today's the 15th, so I'll pick Mikura. Like, yeah, today's the 15th, so that means I pick you. It's got nothing to do with anything. The items on the menu for the family is pan. How would you translate this to English? You know? That's one of the one words, actually, I didn't even need to look at my notes for, because I know pan is a Japanese word for bread. I can see how it would psych some people out, you know, like pancakes. No, you fool, it's bread. Good job. Pan means bread in English. The term pan came from Portugal to Japan a long time ago. This will be on the next exam, so make sure you get this covered. We've still got a couple of minutes left. Oh, in today's newspaper. You got the correct answer. Charms Grace. Yeah, I can't remember how it works with the exams in this game. It's just you need to memorize stuff. You know what I hated in Persona 5? Is they trip you up. They would, you know, give you like, you know, the information in class, but then the question on the exam will kind of flip it on its head. You'd be like, okay, who is the name of the person who invented this? And you're like, okay, memorize that, and also say some other things in the lecture as well. Then you get to the test thinking, okay, it's just the inventor, right? Wrong. It's, you know, who was the one who, you know, basically was most prolific with this, or who was, you know, the one who told the person to invent it. And then you're like, ah, shit, I can't remember. Good thing it has that feature where you can just press that button to, you know, see where all the players selected. Although I don't think it applies during exams, so you have to look it up if otherwise. Okay, so it's a Friday, let me guess. Yep, we're hanging out with old people again. Of course we are. Shit, I just had a dream about the moderator. My exams were posted over all the windows. They're all like 40% or 30%. Actually, that part of the dream is realistic. Man, I can't escape exams even in my dreams. That's why they're called nightmares. Asking around is a basic method of gathering information, but it's not going as well this time. So what about you? Do you know anything about these incidents? If you have any information, I can reward you. Who are you? Can't you tell? I'm a reporter. I'm doing an investigation report on a mysterious incident. We can't give her an answer even if we wanted to. The D-pad makes you walk so awkward. But I have to use the D-pad when walking down because this happens. You just, there's a little dance on the spot if I hold down the analyst. I don't know why. Oh, Makoto-chan, welcome. The music's more upbeat today. She's like, Mitsu's crying. Why cry? Don't worry, she's crying because she's happy. That's why we got upbeat music instead of sad ones. She always cries at happy events like the day we Christmas. Kitty seemed excited. After all the graduates from my son's past out of school, they're collecting signatures received the persimmon. They say the tree is a memorial to their fallen teacher. They don't want it to be cut down. That's funny how he's just like... You know, it's like in Persona 5, right? You get some douchey choices, but I feel like the most douchey choices that are like consistent are in response to Mishima in that game. Feels like you get one option that isn't coming off of a douche. But in this case, this just sounds extra douchey because, you know, at least with Mishima you could kinda understand. You know, you would be a sweet old people. Be like, not interested. Can't you tell I am like the most attached protagonist ever? I don't care. Great. Many of them came to our son's school. It's been so many years, but they still remember. 22 deeply touched. They're giving their precious time. For our son, I don't know what to say. Dakota-chan, were you the one who called him? Was our response here. Our response is basically what do you got now? There's no need to be modest, Dakota-chan. When did you see that? You demand, Dakota-chan. Incredible. What would be the equivalent of saying you demand in Japanese? Tenkichi Mitsuku seem to think that you're the one responsible for this. They seem very appreciative. They seem strong. He just kind of goes there, he's like, yeah, whatever. His voice rings in your head. Should have just named him Squall. It's like, yeah, whatever. Not I and thou. Thou have blessings, Hierophant. A couple social links reach level 7. I've created sons and Hierophant I cannot grow. It's getting dark out. Don't forget about us, even after you graduated and become an adult. Someday I'd like to go have a drink. But let's wait until you're leaving. And we get some more stuff. See you later, little child. Think about it, but get you let's go inside and get back to the door.
Where have you been?
You know, hanging out with old people. Same as usual. Guess you got nothing else to say today. Battle an enemy may cause you to be frightened. We're still in the tutorial stage of the game. Hey, don't try to do everything all in one day. Do good in competition or an exam. You need to practice and study with every single day. That's why Yukari seems to be studying all the time. Says nothing interesting. What are you doing? Studying? Yeah? Man, you're a good student. I'm not. I never study. What if we say no? Hey, don't lie. It's proven fact for people who say they don't study their ass off. But you say you don't study all the time. I've yet to see this be a reality for you, Junpei. Now, once we get to the second full moon boss in this game, I'm gonna, continue playing that New Game Plus save file to, get us up to this point as well. I mean, I say that, but that's still a ways away. Because, like, currently, that save file I, last played on was before this Let's Play started. And I want to, continue that, but only after I've made a decent amount of progress here, so I know if I mess up with certain social links, what social links I should, make sure to focus on New Game Plus where I can actually accomplish it. Because, you know, I feel like we're gonna run into problems with courage. Definitely kind of getting that vibe. We're not gonna be able to max it out fast enough, I just know this. So, it is game night, right? Game night, arcade time. So he stays there till midnight and then does some studying. Perhaps during the dark hour. Why does it cost 3,000 yen just to freaking play the scary maze game? This is ridiculous. You know what else is ridiculous is that Saturdays are still school days in Japan. I mean, you know, we would get the weekend off, you know, for school. You got Monday through to Friday. But Japan's like, no, you get the one day off. You only get Sunday off. Unless it's, you know, a holiday. It's crazy. And then when you graduate, it's like, okay, now work until you literally pass out of work from exhaustion. Because that shows you are, you know, doing your best. Or something. Man, he's not getting ill at all. Which is good, I guess. But it means I don't get that boost from, you know, the nurse. Hey. Running late? No. Doc said I'm almost fully healed, so I couldn't wait to get some exercise. Be ready for battle after midterms. But that means I've got to start training now. Oh no, it's her. That strange answer turned out to be an extremely large wherever the hell it's at. You know, I've seen, you know, character portraits for these teachers in the remakes, because you can't really see their faces really in this game, because how undetailed the character models are, because, you know, I mean, this was pretty late into the PS2's lifespan. But, yeah, and you know, it's kind of weird seeing these teachers with actual faces you can see. 50 septillion times 1,200, 60 septillion multiplied by 1,820, 10 octillion, 920 septillion. Septillion just sounds like a freaking currency, doesn't it? How many septillions is that worth? These numbers are too big to fit on the blackboard. Oh, I was using the wrong equation. You plug the numbers into the correct equation. Answer comes out to 3. What a beautiful equation this is. How the hell am I supposed to memorize that shit? What are you even talking about? You feel tired. But you can't doze off. You must stay awake. Ah, the exam. Oh, right, the exam's up next Monday. I'll cover up the page 34. It's Formula 1 beyond it. Thank God for that, I guess. So beautiful, though. Maybe I should put it on the exam, too. Kidding, don't give me that book. Sit down and listen to the lecture. Academic Snoopy's. That's the end for today. Now, before I talk to that guy again to, you know, fast travel to, you know, hang out with the old people again. You got any new dialogue? Are you involved in the student council? I'm so jealous. Thrilling new dialogue. If that even involves anything new. It is the old couple, right? And apparently all of our responses are going to be any choice. know, I suppose this is probably why we're hanging out with them so much, is because all our other social links would be busy with exams, I guess. Welcome, Makoto-chan. I've been waiting for you. I wanted to tell you the good news as soon as possible. It's about the customer who came by. Who do you think it was? There's a hint, signature. Die-hard with the teacher band. I'm with a petition. Wow, I'm impressed. I thought that hint was too big. But yeah, it was one of the organizers of the campaign to save the scene. When did he see it? He said let's protect the freedom. And he's got a lot of secrets for students who were in our front class. That's great, that's wonderful, that's great. Many people want to honor his memory. He was loved by everyone. Of course, he was our proud son. I'm sure he's just as happy as we are. Alright, Makoto-chan, let's go to get Kaka right now. I have to tell my son the good news. Let's go. Sweet, that's music to my ears. I'm getting to see really excited. I've never been so excited about a rock. The from Mexico seem to have taken a liking. Relation's stronger now. It's like they've only just taken a liking to you, though. They thought you were just some idiots until now. There's a voice raising your head. Out high and I am thou. I shall bless them when they choose to create a persona of Hierophant. Level 8. Power of the heartbeat's growth. The funny thing is, like I said, we're going to basically ignore them until after the second full moon boss, and then there's going to be even more time in between when we next hang out with them as well. It's going to be kind of ridiculous considering how we've spent multiple days hanging out with them, then we're just going to ignore them for ages. Let's reach to the persimmon tree from here. I won't lose, not even though a youngster like you. Alright, Gil will be back. Thanks for watching this video. This in the persimmon tree with the good use that go back to home. I really should check that bloody tree action. Because the girl who's standing there probably got some
Welcome
news.
back.
Is Yukari's still studying? I think everyone. It looks like even Junpei might be now. I'm not sure about Junpei. It's a bit sudden, but you want to go to TARDIS. This is a bit sudden. I didn't get to do anything else. I'm sorry, but I must ask you not to go tonight. I was so busy studying for the exams, I do not have time. You should also be using this time to study. You had me there, Mitsuru. I thought you were kind of just like, I got on the top. It is a sad after all, but we're busy, I guess. Very well, spend tonight and tomorrow night studying. Wasn't there supposed to be a sword I'm supposed to get from you? Was that the day? Let me check. Oh wait, no, that's at a later date. In about 10 days time. So, I'm gonna record another part. I know after that rage with the technical difficulties, it was like, just 2 parts. But I want to at least get through these damn exams, so I'll record another part as well. So, see you next time, guys. See you next time.